Hi guys, so today we're going to be making these little earrings out of Shrinky-dinks, which I think are super cute. I love them so much. I make a ton of these. So the first thing we're going to do is just get a plastic to-go box. You can really use any type of plastic as long as it says the number 6 and a little recycling symbol. That's the type of plastic that will shrink down once we put it in the oven. This first part is, well, it's easy, but it's also pretty annoying because the plastic just moves a lot and it's super loud. So yeah, well, it's super easy. You're just gonna cut out the flat part, and that's what we're gonna be drawing on. Shouldn't take that long, but yeah, still super loud and annoying. Alright, so we got it cut out. First step done. Now, the next thing we're going to do is just get a piece of paper and draw your design on that, first of all. And then basically you just draw on top of the plastic by using your design as reference. I'm going to be making a little yellow paper crane because it reminds me of my girlfriend. When we first met, I gave her a paper crane and she kept on it forever and she carried it with her, and it meant a lot to me, so I'm going to be doing that. So the first thing I'm going to do is just draw the whole thing over with yellow. And yeah, that takes a little bit, but once you're done with that, you're just going to go over the yellow with a black Sharpie. I really suggest you do the bottom color first, because if you do the outline first, when you try to fill it in, it'll kind of just blend together and it'll make the yellow look kind of gray, which is what we don't want. And yeah, we're done with that. So the next step, to make it the shape of the earring you want, you just cut around it. You can cut exactly on the outline or leave a little bit of space. I personally like to leave a little bit of space because I just think it looks nicer. One thing to keep in mind is that you need a space to put a hole in so you can thread it into the actual earring hook. So I just leave a little bit of space between the neck and the tail, and that's where I'm going to put a hole in to put a chain in and then attach that to the earring hook. Then yeah, you just do that twice and you have your 2 earrings. Now these wouldn't be Shrinky-dinks if they didn't shrink. So to get them to shrink down, you're just going to put them in the oven at just 350 degrees for, I don't even know how long, but just until they get to a small enough size and there's no curves in them. So yeah, that takes a couple minutes. Make sure you put wax paper down first though, otherwise they will stick to the pan. So now I'm just putting them on top of the wax paper. You can actually see here another Shrinky-dink that I was going to make, the Different State of Mind album cover, but I really didn't like how it turned out, so I just completely cut it from the video. Now I'm just putting them in my toaster oven at 350 degrees. I'm going to leave them there for about 3 minutes or until they have stopped shrinking completely. Alright, and they're done. They've shrunk completely. Now we just take them out and I put them on my stove to cool for a little bit before the next step. So for this part, you're just going to need a lighter, a candle, and a needle. You're going to just heat up the needle over the candle until it's glowing red. And then you just take the part where you want the earring to go in and then just poke it through that and it'll melt the plastic and create a little hole. Okay, so the needle's all hot You can see it's red on the tip. And then I just poke it through the area where I left blank to later thread in a chain through, which we're going to attach the earring hook for. I twist it around a little bit to make the hole bigger, since obviously the wire is thicker than the needle. So yeah, I twist it around, and you kind of have to go in a couple times. It just it just makes it a lot easier to put the chain through. So I just finished. It's always going to be a little bit of black around the area where you poke the needle through, since you're burning the plastic, but when you put a chain through it, you can't really see it, so I'm fine with it. But you can always figure something else to do if you really don't like the black. So I did that for the other two. Now we move on to the next step. So I don't have jewelry chain, so I'm using an old necklace I have. There are parts where the hoops are wider and where the hoops are really small. I cut out 2 of the larger ones, and whatever chain length you want it to be dangling down from your ears. I like to do maybe about 1/2 inch, maybe a little bit more, because I like mine to be dangly, but you can cut yours whatever size you want. Or you don't even have to have a chain, you can just have it go directly to the earring hooks. So there we go, I got all the pieces. Now what I'm going to do is take the large, basically just a circle of wire now, and thread that through the hole we made with the needle. Then we're going to keep the slit open so we can thread the smaller chain into it to create the dangly part. So yeah, we're done with that. Now for the very last step, we're going to take the earring hook, open up that little slit in it, and then thread the smaller chain through. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, and we're done. I just finished both of those, and yeah, that's the whole thing. You're done. You got 2 super cute earrings. Good job. I'm so proud of you. And here's me modeling the final result in my front yard. I really like these. I really like how they turn out. So I actually also made this little earring holder that I'm going to put them on. You can also see I did some My Chemical Romance ones, some Spotify links, yeah, and a bunch of other stuff that I don't have on there. I think they're super fun to make, and I love making them. Anyway, so I guess this was my first video. I'm gonna do a lot of other crafts and tutorials and just do some fun stuff on the channel. So if you want to subscribe to see more stuff like that, you should. Alright, see you later.